Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
After a beautiful sunny stretch, we do have some rain moving in. The local forecasters tracking when it's going to hit and how long it's going to last.
What was that? A huge fireball lit up the sky overnight. We're going to the experts to find out what it really was.
But we're going to begin with breaking news. 2 people in police custody in the ambush shooting of 2 parents at a Detroit gas station. Off the top at 5, that news comes just days after Marche Nash and Benson Lindsay were killed sitting inside their car along with their 9-month-old baby.
And it comes less than 24 hours after police released this security camera video showing the attack. We want to get right to Sean Lay. He's live tonight. Sean, what are your police sources telling you?
Sources are telling us tonight that it was tips from the public, tips that they asked for that led to the arrest of who they believe are the 2 gunmen who are here on Monday evening shooting this young mother and father. A memorial here outside the gas station growing for the couple. Tonight I'm speaking to the father of Marche, Johns Nash. He feels the need to act because of this, but first he had to watch that terrible video. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I did watch the video. I did watch the video.
Put yourself in the shoes of Greg Johns Nash, watching video of this deadly ambush that killed his daughter Marche and her boyfriend Monday night.
This happened to many families, and now it just happened to me.
Marche, a 21-year-old mother of 2, was hit 1 time and killed, along with her boyfriend Benson Lindsay. Their baby boy Braylon was in Marche's arms when the gunman targeted the young parents. You think about Braylon and how he wasn't hit?
Well, it's a miracle, and we're going to take care of him like nothing before.
This father says Detroit has a disease, illegal guns, and young people using them for the smallest of reasons. 36th District Court alone has a backlog of 2,500 illegal gun cases. Greg Johns Nash says he has to be part of the cure.
To go through these neighborhoods and have the green lights and the cameras and the, everything, and people still don't even care. They don't even care no more. It's like, it's
eight cameras were right there.
Right. I pray that somebody or even if it's me, to get the strength to save our city. You know what I mean? It just to stop the crime. The adults, the grown folks, man, we kind of need to step it up, We need to step it up because I know my child ain't the only child. A lot of us going through this every day. Every day.
Mr. Johns Nash also tells me he strongly believes that Marche was not a target of the gunman. Tonight, sources say he may be exactly right. When the gunman ran up here, they had information, I am told, that Benson Lindsay would be in the car alone. When they got here, Marche and the baby boy were also in the car. Kimberly, they still fired anyway.
I still just cannot believe this story. Hey, Sean, what about the baby boy that was in the car? Who's taking care of him and how's he doing?
It's still remarkable how Marche was holding the baby, and apparently she was shot in her shoulder, a deadly shot, but no shots hitting the baby. It truly is a miracle. He is apparently, physically fine. He's only 9 months old with his grandmother tonight.
Okay. Sean, thanks.
Now to the coronavirus. The new numbers are just in from the state. 7,108 new cases over the past 2 days. So the average right now at about 3,500 cases a day. 185 more Michiganders have lost their lives to the virus.
Now let's take a look at the 7-day moving average to get a sense of the trend. And it's good news. The average is actually down over last week and just below where we were the week before that. All right, getting ready to go. Tonight, the White House says preparations are underway to vaccinate kids ages 5 to 11 if the Pfizer vaccine is authorized for that age group.
And while this pediatric vaccine still has several hurdles to clear with the FDA and the CDC, health officials say they have to start planning now. Dr. Frank George here with a look at how this rollout would work. Doc?
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So this is actually the letter that went out to healthcare providers, including myself, that details the pre-order process for the vaccine for ages 5 to 11. Now, that process actually began today. But to be clear, if the vaccine is not authorized by the FDA and then green-lighted by the CDC, those orders will be meaningless. But if the vaccine is cleared for use, the plan is to have it not just ready to go, but ready to give.
Dawn! Done.
Expect a much different rollout for the children's version of the Pfizer vaccine.
Kids have different needs than adults, and our operational planning is geared to meet those specific needs, including by offering vaccinations in settings that parents and kids are familiar with and trust.
Instead of mass vaccination centers, the White House plans to bring the shots to places kids already get vaccines.
We've already enrolled more than 25,000 pediatricians, family doctors, and other primary care providers to administer vaccines, and we're working with states and localities to enroll more.
The vaccine would also be available at tens of thousands of pharmacies, inside children's hospitals, and at community and rural health centers, and even some schools.
Together, we're completing the operational planning to ensure vaccinations for kids ages 5 through 11 are available, easy, and convenient.
The pediatric vaccine will have a different packaging, a smaller dose, and smaller needles. Even with 28 million children in the U.S. potentially eligible, the White House says supply will not be an issue.
We have secured vaccine supply to vaccinate every child ages 5 through 11. And as soon as the vaccine is authorized by the FDA, we'll ship about 15 million doses out nationwide in those next few days, with millions more going out each and every week.
Now, plans are also being made to hold vaccination events in the evenings and on weekends to make it easier for families. There's also going to be a massive nationwide effort to answer questions that many parents obviously still have about the vaccine.
Well, Frank, we saw quite a few missteps with the booster rollout. So is there concern now about the optics of launching the plan, before it's actually authorized?
Well, the COVID response team made it clear the FDA and CDC are going to make their own decisions, but practically speaking, this is a massive logistical operation, and they just don't want to be in a position where the vaccine is authorized and the doses aren't available, especially with the holiday season fast approaching.
Well, sure.
They want parents who want to get their kids vaccinated right away to be able to go out and just do it.
You got it. We'll stay on it. All right, Frank.
All right, now to breaking news in the search for Brian Laundrie. The FBI confirms human remains have been found in the same area as some personal items belonging to him. At this time, there is no official confirmation that the remains do indeed belong to Laundrie. They were found in Florida's Carlton Reserve in an area that was previously underwater. Earlier today, Laundrie's parents directed FBI agents and police to the spot where his items were found. Laundrie is considered a person of interest in the Gabby Petito case. He's been missing for 5 weeks.
Detroit police believe a fight inside a nightclub led to a shootout in Greektown. Officers say the fight happened after midnight inside Exodus nightclub. They say it then moved outside when someone started shooting. A 30-year-old man and a 38-year-old man were both shot. A 33-year-old man was stabbed. Police believe that happened inside the club. All three right now in temporary serious condition. All right, let's turn our attention to the weather. Much more pleasant topic because it is hard to believe how good it's been the last couple days.
I know, but all good things must come to an end, I guess. A change is coming starting tonight, though, right, Paul?
Yep. I mean, it's October. I mean, you knew it was coming. Let's do some four-zone weather and just relish in these wonderful temperatures right now. 73 in Troy, 74 in Taylor, 72 in Livonia. Canton, you're at 71 degrees. We'll see a little breeze off the water here. You're at 67. That's our metro zone. In our south zone, we have 72 at Dundee. Good afternoon, Carlton. You're at 74, 71 at Saline. In our west zone, we have 71 in Whitmore Lake, 70 in Ann Arbor, 74 at Gregory, and 67 right now in Milford. And in our north zone, it's upper 60s to right around 70. Here in the Blue Water area, Port Huron, we have 68 degrees, 66 in Deckerville, 70 in Romeo, and 69 over at Ortonville and at Oxford. All right, Storm Tracker 4 showing the first band of showers coming across the lake. There is some lightning back farther to the west. We'll get to that later tonight, but if you're going to the Pistons opener, looks fantastic. There could be a shower when you're leaving the game, but overall still very mild through the evening hours. Well, again, we'll recap those thunderstorm chances in just a few minutes.
Okay, Paulie, thank you. Well, did you see it? Right there. A large fireball lit up the sky early this morning for people here in Michigan, the Midwest, and even Canada. So was it a meteor like the one we saw a few years ago, I should say? Kim DeGiulio went to the experts, and the answer might just surprise you.
Around 12:45, something entered our atmosphere.
A bright burst of light in the sky moving from south to north, captured on doorbell cameras throughout the Midwest.
What a wonderful time to be alive when people have these devices on their homes that can capture something that happens in the nighttime sky. Because if they didn't have that, this would just be a word of mouth.
Initially, it was believed to be a part of the Orionid meteor shower, which peaks tonight.
The origins of this meteor shower are the remnants of Halley's Comet's tail. So we don't usually associate comet tails with large chunks of debris like obviously this fireball was.
The American Meteorological Society has since come out saying it was not a meteoroid. They say it was likely space debris entering into our atmosphere.
This could have been a defunct satellite. It could have been part of a rocket stage. It could have been almost anything. But from the way it looked on the video, it was something quite sizable.
Michael Narlock, head of astronomy at Cranbrook, tells me NASA will eventually figure out exactly what that debris was.
They do a really good job of tracking all of the stuff. And there's lots of stuff in orbit around the Earth, lots of things that are the remnants of our space program that are still up there that will eventually come back to Earth.
Despite the fact that it wasn't a meteoroid, it was still pretty spectacular, even when it was caught on camera. If you have a video you'd like to share with us, email us at news@wdiv.com. I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
I'm gonna have to check my cameras too. All right, Kim, thank you. The folks over at clickondetroit.com too have been compiling and posting all the videos and pictures that you've sent in. You can find the link to check them out right on our homepage, clickondetroit.com.
Well, the battle over redrawing Michigan's political maps keeps heating up.
New here at 5, the public gets a chance to weigh in on what they might look like, and people on both sides of the aisle aren't happy.
Also, she was the only state official fired in the wake of the Flint water crisis. An arbitrator now says Leanne Schechter-Smith didn't deserve it, and they're making the state pay up. Rod.
Well, as protests go, it certainly was audacious.
We are here to protect the water, land, and air that support all life.
But in the aftermath, we're finding out some things that are a little bit disturbing. We'll have the latest.